Coronation Street's beloved Nina Lucas could be rocked by a shock health diagnosis in the coming weeks as her uncle Roy Cropper makes plans to leave the ITV soap for good. Nina, played by Molly Gallagher, has had a very difficult year on Coronation Street as she was the victim of a hate crime attack which saw her boyfriend, Seb Franklin, Harry Vizinoni, killed. The subsequent months which followed saw her spiral out of control as she was unable to process her grief properly. However, it seems she will be losing another loved one as Roy, David Nielsen, prepares to leave the ITV soap next week. The youngster could display some troubling behavior which could lead to a heartbreaking diagnosis. In next week's installments, viewers will watch as Roy blames himself for playing a part in the death of Natasha Blakeman, Rachel Leskovac. This will see him inform Imran Habib, Charlie DeMello, to put the cafe and flat into Nina's name, and he begins to sell some of his belongings. The stalwart will tell his niece he is moving to South America to undertake the role of a chef and everything he has on the cobbles is to be left to her. Although he thinks he is doing the right thing, Roy doesn't realize his niece is losing yet another important person in her life. Nina has already lost both her mother and father, her boyfriend, and she is now going to bid farewell to an uncle who has raised her like his own daughter. The actress who plays Nina, Molly, has spoken out about her character's reaction to Roy leaving and what this could mean for her going forward. Molly explained, when she finally finds Roy and he tells her he is leaving Weatherfield because he can't look Sam in the eye, she blames herself for everything that has happened. Because she feels like she is always linked to the bad things that are happening on the street in some way. She can't get it out of her head that she is the problem. It's really sad because Nina has had a lot of people leave her and she has lost everyone that means the most to her. Now Roy is leaving too. When her dad left her, it was because her dad died, and she remembers that her dad told her that he would have loved to spend more time with her, but obviously he couldn't. But she feels like Roy leaving is different because Roy is making the decision to leave her and it's his choice, the soap star continued. She is absolutely gutted and she is trying everything to persuade him to stay, Molly said before discussing what Nina would be like if her uncle were to leave for good. Although Nina is strong, she feels like it is one awful thing after another right now for her, the actress shared. We have seen her spiral out of control before after Seb's death when she was abusing alcohol, and this situation would be even worse. Because she will have lost both Seb and Roy in the space of a few months. I would hate to see what she would do because she will have no one. As Molly explained, her character has turned to the bottle to process her grief in the past and she could very well rely on alcohol again. This would lead her down the path of alcoholism as she becomes dependent on it to help her deal with the loss she has suffered. Although she would be expected to keep the cafe open and keep the business running, her descent into addiction could leave the restaurant on its knees. With her girlfriend Asha Alahan, Tanisha Gori, concerned about her drinking, the youngster could have one too many one evening. The beloved character could be rushed to the hospital, and this is where the doctors could give her a heartbreaking diagnosis. Having drunk so much in such a short space of time, the youngster could have given herself alcohol poisoning and would need urgent treatment. The diagnosis could be a stark warning to Nina about the state of her body and the impact her addiction is having on it. Not only could she be at risk of choking, but she could also suffer a heart attack, have a fit, or develop hypothermia. All avenues would lead to death, and so she would need the support of her loved ones to ensure she isn't tempted to drink again. Will Roy come back if he realizes what his exit has done to his niece? Nina will be instrumental in trying to stop Roy from leaving the cobbles, and Molly said, she tries to talk to him and use her words. She talks about everyone that she has lost in the past, her mum, her dad, Seb, and now Roy. She tells Roy that if he leaves he will be breaking the promise that he made to her dad, the promise to look after. She can't understand it because Roy Cropper would never break a promise. She feels let down by Roy and she just wants him to stay. She asks herself, how can Roy do this to me? I think if he were to stay, she has already felt so let down by even the thought of him leaving her that it would cause problems for them further down the line.